Welcome back to the deep dive. This is where we take the source materials you send our way.
The ones you're curious about.
Exactly. And we really just try to distill them down to the most surprising facts, the insights you actually need to know.
And today,
It's a big one.
we are peering into one of the most powerful, persistent, and, let's be honest, ridiculous corners of the digital economy. The cat video industrial complex.
It's a subject that sounds so frivolous, until you look at the metrics.
The numbers are staggering.
Cats are, and there's no real debate here, the unofficial mascot of the internet. I mean, it's just the hashtag cat on TikTok alone. It's racked up over 26 billion views.
26 billion. So we're analyzing a foundational pillar of modern media consumption, and it's all built on, well, fuzz and unexpected drops.
And you, our listener, you were curious about this. You sent sources on the cultural history, the psychology, the really surprising economics of it all.
So our mission today is to analyze those foundations. Why do cats rule the web? And we're going to focus on maybe the most enduring subgenre of them all, the cat fail. And the takeaways we found are truly astonishing. We're going to unpack the actual science behind that mood boost you feel.
Right.
Then we'll get into the surprisingly strict taxonomy of feline failure. We've actually broken it down into 8 viral archetypes.
8 distinct types of failure.
And then we'll reveal how these specialized digital channels are achieving net income margins pushing 95%, all built on aggregating these moments of, well, digital clumsiness.
95% margin. On videos of cats falling off stuff.
Yeah.
That alone demands a deep dive.
It really does.
Okay, let's unpack this.
So let's start with just the scale of it all, because that really sets the stage. Your sources show that by 2015, and that's ages ago in internet time.
Ancient history.
Right. There were already over 2 million distinct cat videos on YouTube alone. And crucially, they had higher average views per video than dogs.
Higher than dogs.
Higher than dogs, birds, even pandas. The average was around 12,000 views per video, which was significantly more.
That's a huge data point. It's not just that there are a lot of them, it's the engagement, the stickiness is higher.
Exactly. So that brings us to the big question, the why. Why are we so compelled to watch an animal that, clearly couldn't care less about our attention?
Why this specific kind of media?
Well, the sources point to a really key scientific finding from Indiana University. It basically described this activity as a form of digital therapy.
Digital therapy.
It's not just passive entertainment. The research found a direct link between viewing online cat media and an increase in positive emotions, hope, happiness, things like that.
And it actually works as a form of stress relief.
A remarkably efficient one.
That makes a kind of intuitive sense.
Yeah.
I mean, we know interacting with real pets boosts your mood. But the study found something else, a cognitive reward that I think is so relevant for us today.
Oh, the procrastination angle.
Yes. It said viewing cat content actively reduces the guilt you normally feel when you're putting off tasks.
It does. It's a self-justifying feedback loop. You know you should be working, you spend 10 minutes scrolling, you see a cat get scared by a cucumber.
A classic.
And your brain doesn't register guilt. It gets a shot of therapeutic dopamine, and it just rationalizes the break as a necessary emotional reset.
So let me get this straight. The moment I need a break from some awful task, I watch a cat fail to climb a fence, and my brain goes, excellent decision. You have just performed necessary mental hygiene.
That's pretty much it. It's an instant, guilt-free vacation for your mind, and that effect is amplified by the cultural context.
What do you mean?
Well, we culturally perceive cats as these models of smoothness, grace, coordination.
The epitome of cool, aloof competence.
Exactly. And that perception of dignity is the whole setup for the punchline. When that cat messes up, when it slips or falls or runs into a wall, it's this sudden, hilarious, and really relatable violation of that expectation.
It brings them down to our clumsy human level.
And we absolutely love it.
And we love it so much, and it's so reliable, that it's actually generated this highly methodical structure. This is the taxonomy of failure you mentioned.
Yes. This is where you see that the chaos is not random at all. It fits neatly into 8 highly successful, highly profitable archetypes.
Okay, let's walk through them. What's the first, the most common one?
It has to be the misjudged leap, or, as the internet so perfectly calls it, the miscalculated jump.
Oh, I know this one. It's that moment of pure aerodynamic failure. The cat looks so confident.
Utterly certain.
It's going to make that 3-foot jump to the fridge, it launches, and then The physics just give out halfway through.
It's a predictable failure of spatial awareness, and it's so popular there's a huge subreddit, Worm's Calculations, just dedicated to analyzing the clips.
Okay, what's next? You have the one that happens during the zoomies.
Ah, yes, the inertia slide. This is when the cat hits top speed on a smooth surface, like hardwood or tile, and just loses all traction.
Uncontrolled skids, wide-legged splits.
It's the closest a cat gets to trying to ice skate. The physical comedy is all about that total loss of control.
Right. Now, one of the most viral archetypes, I think, has to be the startle and bolt.
Oh, this one is high traffic goal because it's so acute, so dramatic. The cat goes from 0 to 100 in a tenth of a second.
Just completely relaxed to maximum panic.
Total panic, wide-eyed terror, or that massive vertical leap in response to, like, a dropped pin.
It's the sheer disproportionate reaction that makes it funny.
Yeah.
You're left wondering what on earth it could have seen that required a 3-foot vertical jump.
Exactly. That exaggerated response is the key, though we should probably note some of it can be rooted in actual fear aggression. But from a content perspective, it's viral gold.
Okay, so if that one is about acute drama, the next one is more about slow burn awkwardness, the containment dilemma.
This is the if I fits, I sits principle taken to its logical and often painful extreme.
The cat trying to squeeze into a space that is clearly, obviously too small, a tiny box, a vase.
And it gets stuck or just contorted in this absurd way. This is where that whole internet idea that cats are basically liquid comes from.
Yes, non-Newtonian fluids.
Then you have the one that challenges domestic harmony, object knockdown.
The jerk cat.
The jerk cat. That perceived mischievous intent when the cat deliberately, methodically sweeps a coffee cup off the table.
While looking you directly in the eye.
Always. We project this malice onto them. And it's just pure domestic destruction comedy. It taps into their predatory instincts or maybe just attention-seeking.
It's an assault on human order, and they know it.
Right.
Okay, so to round out the big 8, what are the last 3?
We've got the sheer panic of a water reaction, frantic escape attempts from a bath. You've seen cat regrets entering bath, right?
It's a classic of the genre.
Then there's gravity lapse, which is less about panic and more just fundamental laziness. The cat falls asleep mid-play or just kind of rolls off a chair because it's too relaxed to care about physics.
And the last one.
The most simple and effective, faceplant crash. Just uncoordinated movement leading to a direct collision with a wall, a door, a fridge.
The taxonomy is incredible. It really does show there's a science to this chaos. And speaking of specific models, that brings us to a fascinating cultural observation from the sources. The orange cat paradox.
Yes, the one orange brain cell trope.
I have seen this everywhere. The idea that orange cats are either, like, super clever or profoundly, almost proudly stupid.
It's this collective idea that all orange cats share one single brain cell, and it's usually not their turn to use it.
So it's a cultural shorthand.
It's a total shorthand. Their color seems to accentuate that natural derpiness. It lets the audience immediately justify the fail. Oh, well, it's an orange cat. Of course it ran into the wall.
It's remarkable. And while orange cats get this accidental fame, some cats become actual intentional celebrities.
And that's the big pivot. From accidental star to intentional branding, the most famous has to be Grumpy Cat.
Generated millions.
Millions. And her permanent scowl, which was caused by feline dwarfism, became this unique selling proposition. It was monetized into merchandise, movies.
Then you had little Bub with her unique appearance and Maru, the cat in Japan who just loves boxes.
Loves boxes. Maru's videos have, close to 600 million views? These are character-driven brands with real long-term power.
Which brings us perfectly to the economics. How are these low-effort clips monetized so effectively that we're calling it an industrial complex?
This leads us straight to the cash cow channel business model, the CCCs.
The assembly line for cat content.
Pretty much. They achieved this incredible efficiency by minimizing any original production work. Instead, they just aggregate pre-existing clips.
So they're getting them from user submissions or Creative Commons licensing.
Exactly. And the financial metrics are where it gets really wild. The sources say these platforms report net income margins between 94 and 95%.
Hold on, 95%? How is that even possible? What's the fundamental difference between that and a normal content creator?
The difference is near zero content acquisition cost, and the content is evergreen. A normal creator has to film, edit, research.
Right.
A CCC just takes clips that already exist. And a cat fail from 2012 is just as funny today as it was then. It generates revenue forever, When a single video hitting 1 million views can make over $4,000 in ad revenue, you just need volume.
So you batch produce dozens of compilations a month by just sourcing clips that people send you for free.
They've effectively outsourced their entire content scouting and production to the audience.
And for the really valuable clips.
Professional licensing networks step in. They acquire the rights from the owner gets a small royalty, and the channel gets commercially cleared content that will earn them way more over its lifetime.
And this all hinges on one very specific legal point you found. The copyright belongs to the human, not the cat.
That's the key. The U.S. Copyright Office is clear on this. The cat is the subject matter, the person who hit record is the IP holder. So for these channels, securing those releases is basically their only significant cost in an otherwise ridiculously low-cost model.
The next time you see one of those compilations, you have to remember, the cat isn't the star. The human with the phone is the asset that's fueling a 95% profit margin.
It completely changes how you see it. And zooming out from the money, the deep dive also pointed to these fascinating cultural implications, specifically in politics.
I love this. This is the cute cat theory of digital activism.
It's a theory from Ethan Zuckerman, and it posits that the platforms we built for sharing lolcats and memes,
The frivolous stuff.
are the exact same platforms that social activists use to organize and create change.
So the implication is, if a government tries to shut down, say, Twitter or Facebook to stop activists,
The public outcry over losing access to their cute cats is much, much louder than if they just targeted some niche activist platform. The frivolous content creates a kind of immune system for the serious content.
it makes the platform indispensable to the average person, and that protects the activists. A digital shield made of fluff.
Exactly. And because the cat content is timeless and evergreen, it keeps people on the platform, reinforcing that protection year after year.
We do have to touch on the ethics here, though. We're celebrating the humor, but we have to make sure these fails aren't masking real distress.
That's a crucial point. That startle might be funny to us, but it's rooted in real fear for the animal. We have to be responsible viewers and make sure we're not encouraging content that exploits an animal's fear or health problem.
Right. Responsible viewing is key.
But overall, what we've really uncovered is that this feline failure phenomenon, it's this potent mix of human psychology, high-efficiency media aggregation, and pure accidental physical comedy.
It's a 9-figure industry built on low-friction, high-engagement content that literally reduces your guilt about procrastinating.
It's a self-justifying stress reliever.
So what does it all mean? I mean, the seemingly frivolous cat video isn't just a video. It's a sophisticated, incredibly profitable pillar of our modern digital infrastructure. It's capitalizing on our collective need for a tiny, guilt-free hit of happiness.
And as you think about the accidental power of this whole thing, I want to leave you with one final thought. Consider the cat walking on the Han River meme.
I'm not familiar.
Back in 2021, a simple news report in South Korea just mentioned a cat walking on the frozen river. Years later, that mundane phrase became a viral song, a dance challenge, a huge phenomenon.
Just from that one line in a news report.
So the question is, does the internet now have the power to turn any observation, no matter how simple or fleeting, into a vehicle for global content saturation? Something to think about the next time you just see a cat sitting on a windowsill.